And today we are building up to a very important game. In the next couple of games, what you're going to see is a lot of churning in the points table. Today it's Pakistan versus South Africa at the MH Chidambaram Stadium in Chepauk. Then you're going to see the result of that could probably alter the points table significantly. If Pakistan win, then all the other teams have a chance. If South Africa win, they go on top of the table because their net run rate is far superior than any of the other teams. Now, before I go on to what has happened with England, what has happened with all the others, I'll just give you a quick injury status update on Hardik Pandya. As confirmed, when the team came to Lucknow, Hardik Pandya was not there. There was no practice, no interaction whatsoever. Hardik Pandya remained in Bengaluru where he was training, where he hopes that from tomorrow onwards he starts to bowl. The latest update that we had gotten from the NCA was that Hardik Pandya will try and start bowling from the weekend, which is Saturday, Sunday, 28th, 29th. But the problem that is confronting the Indian cricket team is that it is a ligament injury. Now, many people are not saying it. The Indian management, as far as it's concerned, the coaching staff are all very tight-lipped. They are confident. But a ligament injury, there is a serious concern that Hardik Pandya might not even make it for the fifth, which means you are running the risk of Hardik Pandya potentially directly going into the semi-finals and potentially undercooked. Because coming back from an injury, it is very, very difficult to ensure that you can come back to form with the bat, with the ball. No one is telling about it, what is the situation. But as we had mentioned, it's a ligament injury. A ligament injury takes significant time to heal. So, no one in the Indian cricket team, no one in the backroom staff is telling it. Everybody's confident, oh, it's okay. We hope he'll come back on the 5th. But there is a serious doubt about it because if he starts bowling now, that means on the weekend, 28th and the 29th, and he tries to regain full fitness, then he's racing against time even to be fit on the 5th. That is the situation because Hardik Pandya really needs to ensure that he gets enough time to recover. If you rush him in, a recurrence of the injury will happen all over again. And you do not want to risk it because he's also your T20I captain. Immediately after this World Cup ends, he could be part of the 5-match T20I series against Australia. So you would want him totally fit and fine for that as India gears up for the T20 World Cup. That will be played in June, July of 2024. Hardik Pandya needs to regain full fitness, but the problem that he is confronting at this point in time is, can he regain full fitness? Ankle ligament injury takes 3 to 4 weeks at least to heal. 3 weeks, meaning he's missing the league stages altogether. The remainder of the matches he's missing. Then, by a miraculous thing, if he manages to recover as soon as possible, even 5th seems to be touch and go, November 5. So, one hopes that the ligament injury is not that serious. The BCCI are doing one thing right in that they are not wanting to rush him back immediately for the 29th or for the second game. But if he doesn't come on the 5th, then he will have to hope that he recovers on the 12th because that is the last league game before your semi-finals on 15th and the 16th. Then you will play the final on the 19th. India is all but certain to reach the semi-finals because if they win against England on 29th, then they are through to the semi-finals. But talking about their opponents, it was yet another shambolic, shoddy, meek display from England. And their head coach, Matthew Mott, has admitted that they are now consigned to an early exit from the World Cup. Mathematically and everything, he said, it might be possible, it could happen, but he himself has known it has been a very disappointing campaign for England. And because of that, he has stated that we are all but out. We'll be looking to end the tournament with some pride. Remember, 5 matches, only 1 win. That too, it came against Bangladesh. Then England could potentially face what Sri Lanka had in 1999. Remember, in 1996, Sri Lanka won, but 3 years later, their title defense ended without them even reaching the Super 6. England, on the other hand, if they lose to India, they cannot make it to the semi-finals and their title defense will be over. A new world champion will be crowned at that time on November 19th. So, England's Matthew Mott and even Josh Butler, they themselves have not pointed out what are the problems, why they are suffering so much. The one prime reason is that lack of adaptability. Their batting has not adapted to the conditions, and that's why they are batting in only one gear, and that is leading them to disaster each and every time. So this is very, very important to know that Josh Butler, Matthew Mott, they have all accepted that only mathematically there's a possibility that they could make it to the semi-finals, but practical purposes they are all out. Remember, England are not yet out of the reckoning. Lot of other results will have to go their way, and all the results comes to this major three matches that are coming up in the next 3 days. Today it is South Africa versus Pakistan. If South Africa win, then England's chances are done. If Pakistan win, then it gives the other teams a faint chance to ensure that they stay in the reckoning. But remember, Australia, New Zealand is tomorrow in Dharamshala. At the same time, England versus India is there on Sunday. If India win, they go through to the semi-finals. South Africa, if they win, they are top of the table at least until 29th. Apart from that, there is no other way it is possible. So three major games coming up, and then from first onwards, you've again got some huge games. First and the fourth, because remember, first is New Zealand, South Africa. Fourth, you've got New Zealand, Pakistan, and Australia, England. Three teams who are potentially in the fray for the semi-final stages. They will be in action in the next 3 to 4 days, 1st November and 4th November. These two matches are very important for the sake. Remember, New Zealand, Pakistan is a day game that will happen in Bengaluru. Australia, England is the night game that will happen at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. So, lot of issues at hand, lot of issues for England and their World Cup campaign. We all thought they would be the best team. They would ensure they'll make it to the semi-finals. Absolutely not. They have destroyed all hopes, and that's why now they are not going to make it to the semi-finals. Mathematically, they have a chance, but otherwise, practically, they have no chance whatsoever. So today's game is very important. Pakistan versus South Africa. Remember, South Africa has not won against Pakistan in an ICC World Cup since you may say since for the past 20 years. 1999, they didn't play in 2003, they didn't play in 2007, they didn't play in 2011, they lost in 2015, they lost in 2019. So South Africa also will be looking to end nearly 2 decades of ICC pain. Remember, they have lost 4 World T20 clashes against them. Plus, if you look at it, only once they have won in the Champions Trophy. So that's why Pakistan also have a big stranglehold over South Africa and ICC events. But this South Africa team wants to ensure all that is eliminated. They will be looking to go out on the ultimate high today against Pakistan in Chennai. So let's see what kind of a cracking contest that dwells into. Remember, there is no Hassan Ali for Pakistan. He's out because of fever. Maybe Mohammad Wasim Jr. might come in place of him. So Pakistan versus South Africa at Chennai. That is the situation that we have today. When we look at other sports, in the Para-Asian Games, India are going towards a record haul yet again. They, like the main contingent that crossed 100 medals, the para contingent will also go past 100 medals if it continues. Because remember, they currently are on 82 medals. They overhauled the mark of 72 that was set in the 2018 Para Games in Jakarta, Palembang. So a great feat indeed. 18 gold medals, 41 bronze, and the remainder of the medals, 23 of them are silver. So it's a great day indeed for the para athletes who are doing India great. Yesterday we saw Sumit Antil secure a world record throw. He and Neeraj Chopra are redefining the ways of Indian javelin, be it in the para games or be it in the normal Asian games or any other kind of multi-sporting event. So Sumit Antil and Neeraj Chopra are redefining the barriers of greatness. On the other hand, lot of great stories coming in about the para athletes, how they are managed, and that's why great stuff indeed. Then if you look at in the French Open, unfortunately PV Sindhu is retired because of a knee injury that she sustained, and she put out a story on her Instagram stating that, please do not ask me for details, currently the medical checkup is going on. I decided to retire because I felt that the pain in the knee was getting worse, and whatever are the details, don't ask me about it. I'm still not sure what has happened. So Sindhu has retired from the French Open because of a knee injury, big blow for her. So that is why let's see how India fares in the para games today. There was also, you may say, how India is gearing up today. More practice, no media activity. Tomorrow there will be a press conference that the Indian cricket team will hold. And that is why it is going to be a very big situation at this time. So we are gearing up for Pakistan versus South Africa in Chepauk. But the main thing is India versus England on Sunday at the Lucknow Stadium. So that's the situation. Sindhu Sinha is asking, England are losing because they didn't take this tournament seriously. Maybe not. I think the main problem is all their key batters lost form at the worst time possible, Sindhu Sinha. So England just came of sake of participation in Test cricket is a priority. No, I don't think so. As I mentioned, they lost form. All the key players lost form at the most inopportune time. And banking on Ben Stokes, who's not played for close to a year, I think that was yet another blunder that they did. So that is the situation. 17 to 21 days is enough. SRSP cricket. He's talking about Hardik Pandya. Let him play on 12th as preparation for semis. Don't overhype anything. Especially, okay, SRSP cricket. Listen, it's just the news. Every news outlet is reporting it. So I would suggest that you show a bit more decorum in this. And there is nothing called blowing out of proportion. I'm sorry, SRSP cricket. There is nothing like that. Either you are living in a delusion or you're only blowing your comment out of proportion. So, will Ashwin play next game? Vishnu Reddy. Vishnu Reddy, I will just say this. If the pitch is assisting spin, Ashwin will play, Shami will play, Siraj. So, but if it's a flat deck, let everybody else assure that, okay. Let everybody else then say that it would be if the pitch is flat, maybe like Dharamshala. The same kind of playing 11 will be played there. So, that's the situation. So, thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates from sports today. Sorry, I just got something. Okay, thanks. Sorry for the technical glitch. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Thank you.